and toured the country with different parts of the collection. And out of the blue, we got offered this museum in Riverside, California, to house the collection. We had just done a big show there at the Riverside Art Museum, and it was their biggest attended show in their history. And the town manager got this bright idea because they were building, it was the town library, and they were building a new library down the street, a kind of a Jetsons library, you know, like everybody put neon. And they had to repurpose this building, and so they were down the road with I think a children's museum or a science museum, whatever, and they got the bright idea that they would offer the museum to me for the collection. And I didn't understand what they were saying at first, you know, like, you want me to buy a museum? I'm doing pretty good, but I don't know if I'm museum rich at this point. And so, no, we want to give you the museum for the collection. In other words, you give us the collection and we'll give you the museum. And it took me a while to kind of like, I've been collecting this stuff for 50 years and I'm going to hand it over to you now, and then you own it at that point. It doesn't belong to you anymore. And that was so I was looking for a sign that I should, I was looking for a sign that I should do this, and I was wandering around and just haphazardly I was walking with the director of the museum, and I said, well, how big is this building? And because it was a pretty big building, she says, well, 66,420 square feet.
Oh, wow.
420, that's it, that's the sign. Thank you, Robert. You always got to go with your instinct, right?
Yeah, for those of you, I mean, Cheech has probably the largest collection of Chicano art in the world.
Well, I don't know about the largest, but the best.
So if you haven't had a chance to visit the Cheech, put it on your schedule because it's up in Riverside. Definitely you want to get out there and see it.
Last year was our first year, and we were voted one of the top 50 shows in the world last year. So we were on the top. Every day in the general landscape. Next week is April.
April, yeah.
The film that played last night, the long game. We've been invited to show it at the White House, and we're going to be there showing it at the White House.
That's amazing.
It will be our second time this year.
Let's see, maybe there's a few more. There's a question way up near the top. Yeah.
Yes, first of all, very honored to be here and a big fan of your work. I'm originally from Imperial Valley, and I grew up in Imperial Valley in the 80s, and I remember Calexico, which is the border town with Mexicali, being closed off.
Yeah.
And the rumor was that it was Born in East L.A. was being filmed. Can you confirm that rumor that some parts of Born in East L.A. were filmed in Calexico?
I cannot confirm that. No, I don't think we did that. We were in Tijuana and East L.A.
Gotcha.
Basically.
Thank you very much.
Yes, ma'am. Way up
the top.
What's the meaning of Born in East L.A. movie in Chicano culture?
Pardon, what was the first part of that?
What's the meaning of this movie in Chicano culture?
Well, this movie kind of explained in a very contemporary setting what exactly is happening at the border and what the situation was, you know. It's a constant, and it's gone on forever. You know, I hasten to add, this is a traditional migratory path that is still going on, and just what they're chasing on both sides is changed. Sometimes they were chasing buffalo, sometimes they were chasing corn, you know. But it was a traditional migratory path, and it works good for both countries, or all the countries, but 124 countries. That's a lot. That's just the migratory path, and it is. This is a land of immigrants. We are every one of you in this audience here, whose parents or grandparents or great grandparents or great great grandparents came from somewhere else. This was open as an opportunity for everybody, and we have to keep it that way, because we're a beacon for not being, you know, marginalized anywhere we go. So you have to vote for that. Vote for that, please. Get out of your seat, out of your houses, and go vote. Be sure, don't miss it this time.
Thank you.
Yeah, right here.
Thanks for all that you have done. I was just curious, where are I know your parents or grandparents are from Mexico. I was just wondering where about in Mexico are your parents or grandparents from?
Oh, my paternal grandmother, Lola, was from Tepic, Nayarit. I know why, maybe you can ask that, but why do you always say Tepic, Nayarit? You have to kill both names, because there's 20 other Tepics. It's like that. From Dallas, Texas. But Tepic, Nayarit, Chihuahua. Guaymas, and Tucson, cuando estaba México. I asked my grandmother, because I was doing a report in school, I think I was in 4th grade or something. No, we have to do this report and we have to tell where everybody in my family is from. And my mother says you were born in America, and my dad says you were born in Mexico. Where were you born? He says, Tucson. I said, okay. I started walking. I said, Mexico. Yeah, so I thought, well, senility's kicking in. So I tried to ask her again. So where were you born? You were born in Tucson? Yeah, it says Tucson, Mexico. I said, well, where were you born in Tucson or Mexico? She said, Tucson was Mexico, baboso. Sorry, but she was from Tucson, it was Mexico.